Hello traders and welcome to the Friday wrap-up. It is Friday, August 21st, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and yes, I'm heading to the gazebo for the weekend. Can't wait to get this done. It is Saturday morning for me. Not too early, but not too late. It's going on about 10:30 in the morning for me. Had some internet issues today and had some computer issues, so I'm a little bit behind getting this up today, but we're getting moving. We've got over 20 daily charts to look at, so let's get started. Don't forget, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, my name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Friday wrap-up every Friday after the New York close. I also do the market opening preview every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in 2006, 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, 8 years later, traders, I'm still in Thailand. I'm still trading Forex every single trading day. I'm always looking for probabilities and opportunities to be successful in my trades. Well, I think I took a pretty big hit, and unfortunately, my FXCM servers are down for service this weekend, but I know I am in big time negative on the euro dollar. So, yep, we do lose trades, and I think I lost a big one here. Unless something happens, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Okay, moving along. It's no big deal. I got good money management. It's no problem. Let's get the risk disclaimer out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Let's get over to commentary. What a wild, wild week we've had. The New York markets have just dumped. The S&P, the Dow, the Nikkei. The S&P took all its gains this year and lost it this week. I think they've had 5 or 6 straight negative days in the New York stock market, and it is affecting our trading big time. So, because what's happening is now the dollar is extremely weak, and I should get to show you those on some charts. So, come Monday, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of trend changing if this continues, and I don't see this not stopping until August 15th, 16th, or 17th when the FOMC makes their decision on an increase in interest rates. Everybody's saying they're not going to raise interest rates. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards the other side. I think they're gonna do it anyhow. I think they're gonna raise rates. I think it's already in. But everybody's saying they're not going to do it. They're going to wait till December. But we'll see. And we'll have an NFP number out by then also, so that'll be interesting. All right, let's take a look at some daily charts. Remember, we're looking at these daily charts, and all we're looking for, folks, is price action. Price action, price action. That's the only reason we're looking at these. And let's take a look at our first chart, which is the dollar Swiss. Now, what happens when the dollar Swiss goes down? The euro dollar goes up, right? They're opposite each other. So you can see here, this is a daily chart. So for the last 4 days, we've had red days. And this is coming way down, way, way, way down. So, we've taken out lows, we've taken out highs, we've taken out lows again. Now we've spiked and is just at the 200 exponential moving average. I mean, how are you going to trade this if you were trading this on a daily chart? Well, I would fib it, wait for a pullback, and then sell it, right? This is really, broken the trend here, but I don't trade the daily chart. But I'd be really cautious come Monday. Monday might be an observation day for me. It just might be a day just to watch the markets and see what happens and what the next New York session shows, because if this can be really big move here on our Forex trading with the U.S. and then China devaluing their yuan every day isn't helping the situation at all. I'm going to move a little quick now because we've got a lot of charts. We've got probably 20 charts to look at. This is the pound dollar. As you can see on a daily chart, the pound is just absolutely sideways. not really doing much because the pound is. Well, I would think that the pound is weak and the dollar is weak, and that's why we're just seeing this magnet. It's really not doing much. We are seeing the pound giving us some higher highs and higher lows, so it is in an up move on the last 4 days, and we closed Friday with a doji. Here's our euro dollar we were looking at. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I probably got stopped out at this. I didn't write it down. And FXCM's closed all their servers for maintenance. And I entered this. I entered this at, I want to say 1260, and I know I did not put a 100 pip stop in there. I think I only put like a 55 pip stop in there. So I'm probably out on this one, and that's really discouraging. I thought this was coming down. I mean, this is in a downtrend, right? Well, now look at it. Now it's at resistance. And again, Monday's going to be an observation day to see what happens here. If this can gain its composure and come back to the other side. All right, let's take a look at the dollar yen. Now, this platform that I'm using for these daily charts this week, I actually had to redo it. I thought I had daily charts set up on this platform, and I had to make all these charts all over again. So anyhow, this platform does not have the dollar chart. So the only way we know what the dollar is doing is by looking at the dollar yen. It's a good combination area where you can look at both charts at the same time and see what's going on. So, the dollar is bearish, right? The dollar is bearish, and so is the dollar yen. So, no more to be said there, right? Take a look at the dollar CAD. They're both weak. The dollar's weak and the CAD is weak. That's why we're seeing everything sideways. And the dollar, the dollar was really bullish there, and there was a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine that were really bullish in this CAD. I'm sorry, in the dollar CAD, and I hope I hope they're okay and didn't take too much of a beating this week. But there was some moves, some pretty big red days that probably would have taken you out. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. This Aussie dollar, this dollar weakness is just helping. But again, here we have the Aussie's weak and the dollar's weak. So what do you have? You have 2 days of doji, Thursday and Friday. Wednesday's a doji. Tuesday's a down day, and Monday was a doji. So, what do you expect? It's weak against weak. These are pairs you don't want to trade. You don't want to trade pairs that are weak against weak or strong against strong. They got to be weak against strong or strong against weak, right? So we don't want to trade this. So what am I going to do with this on Monday or Tuesday? Absolutely nothing. This needs to make a move, right? It needs to make a move. It needs to show me something. It needs to break out of this nasty range it's in and show me a decision candle. We've got, like 6 decision candles straight in a row there. So not a good thing. Take a look at this euro pound. This will tell you how weak the pound is, how strong the euro is. The euro is just skyrocketing, folks. Anybody would have told me 3 weeks ago that the euro was going to be at 13.68 today, I would have laughed at them, but it is, and the euro is just taking off like a mad person. It's just on its way. Here's another one. Again, we're looking at price action. Now, if you looked at this chart without those last 3 blue candles, you'd see that this is in a downtrend, right? This is in a downtrend because the pound was strong then. Now, take a look at this Euro Aussie. Take a look at this Euro Aussie, and this Euro Aussie is just taking off. Now, this Euro Aussie's been bullish, so at least it's staying with the trend, right? Because the Aussie's weak, so you would expect the Euro Aussie to be strong. And this just took off, just on its way it went. Here's a Euro Swiss. The euro is strong, and it really made its move on Thursday and Friday. Well, yesterday closed as a doji, but the euro, the euro is weak. The Swissy was strong, and I think a lot of people have this Euro Swiss like really. I mean, we have 2 blue candles at the end because the euro's been very strong Thursday and Friday, even though we have a doji closing on Friday. But that Thursday candle could be a deception, really. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm telling you, Monday's observation day, in my opinion. I just showed you that chart, didn't I? The Euro Swiss? Yes, I did. All right, here's the euro yen, a pair that I trade regularly, and so the euro is strong, the yen is weak. We know that this is bullish here. It's above the 200 exponential moving average, but at the beginning of the week I was selling this, right? Look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was selling this, and then we get a blue candle on Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday she took off again, and there we go, and the stock market just dumped. And I'm not just talking about the U.S. stock market, folks. China's markets are all in the red, Asian markets are all in the red, and the European markets are all in the red. There's nobody has green on their indices. Everything is absolutely in the red. So it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a watch pair. Like, am I going to trade this? No, I'm not trading this. Monday is definitely going to be observation day. Here's a dollar Swiss doing what it does. Here we are. The dollar is weak. The Swiss is weak. What do you get? You end up with a range. There it is, live in person. And, we need for this to do something, make some sort of a bailout here. Here's a CAD yen, not a pair that I necessarily put in there. I basically put this in just to show you the CAD weakness. That's why I put that in there. And the CAD is weaker than the yen, which is kind of funny. But you could say, I usually we don't talk about the CAD yen very much, but pretty interesting. Here's the pound yen, the beast, something that I do trade. And the pound became weak, so what happened? The yen became strong. So if you're trading Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the pound yen to the downside, right? Correlation, pairs against pairs, you did really well on this. This was a pretty decent trade. And I don't think I would have taken this on Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday, these were nice pairs to the downside because the markets by this time have already did their damage. All the markets were in the red by this time, so you would have been safe on Thursday and Friday to take this to the downside. I mean, when you get pre-market open and they're down, 150 points on the S&P, what can I say? I was watching the opening bell yesterday, and it was just absolutely amazing that I watched this opening bell, and they put up a heat board, and it was S&P 500, and I got to tell you, 95% of the board was all in the red. So here's the Aussie New Zealand. Well, the Aussie's weak. I'm really the Aussie is stronger than the New Zealand, but really this is weak against weak, folks. The New Zealand is not strong. I guess just the Aussie's just a little bit stronger than the New Zealand, but the New Zealand is not strong. I sure would, I would not expect to be selling the Aussie, because this is showing New Zealand strength, right? And Aussie weakness, which is not usually what we would see. Here's an Aussie CAD. Not much to say here. It's just basically weak against weak, and that's why we're in a sideways price action. However, something to take note of is that we're at the 200 exponential moving average, and we're at a resistance area. So come Monday, which I call observation day, is going to be pretty interesting to see how this works out. Here's an Aussie Swiss. It's just amazing how weak the Aussie is, and the Swissy has just taken this and just dropped this like a rock. I mean, all week, 4 days out of the week, big red candles, really unbelievable. Now we're sitting on a support line. That's an EA that's on this chart. Those are those yellow lines, support and resistance lines. And the red dotted line is just a median line. But just look at where this stopped, right on the resistance line. At the end of the New York close. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Here's an Aussie yen pair I trade regularly, and again, the Aussie's weak, and it shows it again. Here we go. This is if you looked at this, even without this, you would see that this is a bearish pair, and you would sell this. I trade this pair regularly. Here's a Swiss yen. Just what you would expect. Swiss is weak. The yen is okay, but for some reason this is giving us Swiss strength here. I don't trade this pair. When I made these charts today, it was pretty much I took every chart that they had in their chart list and just made a chart because I was really getting frustrated with what was going on with my with the charting package and it not working, and then my internet, and so I got frustrated. And anyhow, get back to the Swiss. The Swiss is stronger than the yen, which is kind of pretty funny. But I would have expected more to see that on Monday and Tuesday, but not Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So here's our Euro CAD, and here's again, just shows you how the euro is just taken over, man. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday just took over. That dollar weakness has just really affected so many of these pairs, and this has nothing to do with the CAD, folks. This is all the dollar. A lot of these pairs, I hope you realize that the dollar is what's doing this. And this has nothing to do with the CAD. This is the dollar against the euro that's manipulating these pairs. Here's a CAD Swiss, and the CAD is weak, and the Swissy is stronger, and that's why you got this down move. Again, a nice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday move to the downside. New Zealand yen, I don't trade. It's week against week, so that's why you have this in a range, and it's been in a range for a very long time. It's probably 2 months worth of candles right there. And our last pair of the day is a New Zealand dollar, which I do trade on a regular basis. And again, if you would have asked me if I would have seen 5 blue days on the New Zealand dollar, I would have said you're crazy. But that's how weak the dollar is. The dollar's just dumped. The marks have dumped. The dollar is dumped. Oil went below 40 yesterday, $40 a barrel for a little bit, came back up. It is kind of wild. Yeah, Monday I'd be really careful trading Monday. I'd let that be observation day and see what happens here, because one, you're going to get profit taken, and people who've made big pips over this in the last 2 days, they're going to start taking their profits. And Monday I think it's going to be an erratic trading day. It's going to be fun to watch, but I don't think I'm going to be in it. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilda, and our great friends at FXCL. FXCL, Excellence in Trading. If you would, come please visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, thanks for being with me on the Friday wrap-up. And of course, we will see you next week as we will again review the daily charts. Traders, take care, enjoy your weekend break, and go out in the sun and say hello to your neighbors and friends, stay with loved ones, even the guy driving by. Wave to him and say hello for me. Traders, have a great trading day. It's time for me to get out of here. Time for me to head to the beach. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.